Guys. Let me clean the lens real quick. It has been the worst 2 or 3 weeks. This past 2 or 3 weeks. First of all, a lot of issues came up. A lot of mistakes that I made while installing some stuff. That's fine. I understand that. What else? I fixed those mistakes, and then some other mistake would come up. Thanks a lot to the people at Wiring Specialties. They helped a shit ton. Especially this guy named Yuri, which is I believe the lead tech at the place. So if you guys ever want to do this LS swap, I recommend that Wiring Specialties harness. 1,555 million%, if that's even a number. Also, I want to say thank you to everybody on the forums. There's this forum specifically, LSX Z-G. Everybody there has a LS Swap 350Z or G35, and yeah, everything worked fine with the harness. Fuel pump primes, the starter cranks, everything works. Like, well, I don't have the battery hooked up right now. All the gauges work, the RPMs, everything works. Everything. No issue with the harness. That's the motor in the back. Let me flip the camera so you can see. Last time you saw this motor, it wasn't looking like this. There's a lot of stuff that's on it right now that was missing. First off, the headers. The headers are in. The fitment is perfect. You can see the steering rack or the steering column right there clears. On the other side, everything clears. What else is new? The spark plug cables. I tightened down the fuel rails, put some clips on it, the whole jizz, and then the battery. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I was having an issue where I was. Let me see if I can find one. I don't have any. Well, this fuses. This is your positive terminal. It goes straight to your positive terminal, and there's 4 fuses down here, and there's a 120 amp fuse up here. As you can see, it's blown. Every time I would crank it, it would blow the fuse. Now I went to the junkyard, and like 5 fuses later, and a new starter later, I'm running this one now. It's out of an Ultimate Coupe. It's a 250 amp fuse, and all these fuses are the same, but slightly more amperage. Well, not slightly, a lot of more amperage, and it's working fine. Everything is working fine. Just hook up your stock 350Z starter cable from here all the way down there to the starter. Let me show you what the starter looks like. That's what it should look like. And then put that cable from the battery to that thread on the bottom and thread it up. Now, also one other thing, I was having a big issue with the oil pan hitting the subframe, so I had to get it made, custom made. As you can see, they cut everything on the bottom, so it's basically fitting perfectly. And that all that was still cheaper than actually buying the LS Swap oil pan. Just a few $100s cheaper. But if you don't wanna go through the hassle of modifying your subframe and all that, just buy their oil pan, the ISR Performance oil pan. Just buy that. No biggie. Their mounts perfect. What else? Am I missing anything? Oh, let's go in here. This is the ECU setup. That's the ECU. I got it flashed by Wiring Specialties. This is a CAN bus. This makes all the gauges work. You plug this in. This relay I had to replace, but that's fine. The relay, you can find it in any Chevy truck or van or any Chevy car. It's a 5-pin relay. Now I'm gonna connect this battery right here, and I'm gonna show you the gauges. We put the key in, and it's making noise like it usually does. Turn the key to the accessories. That was the fuel pump priming. That's the radio buzzing. And let me do that again. You see the gauges? The tachometer works. The temperature works. The fuel works. I'm having an issue with the oil pressure. I don't know, it's not working. The battery one works. Same with this little one with the speed. They all work. Everything is fine. Everything is perfect. Getting a check engine light because I'm missing some sensors, and that's a signal that the ECU is working because it's reading codes. So yeah, that's the gauges for you guys. One of the big mistakes I made was doing a bad ground. I had a very bad ground, so the gauges weren't working. That relay that I showed you guys wasn't engaging and all that. So yeah, I had to fix the ground. I had to do a better ground. Let me show you here real quick. It goes from the frame to the block to the heads, and then I believe that's it. Yeah, I believe that's it. And then the battery ground, the regular battery ground that was there already. Yeah, after I fixed the ground, everything worked on the harness. And then I was having an issue with the starter. The starter solenoid, it was bad and it was blowing my fuse, like I said before. And yeah, I had to replace the starter. I got a 98 Corvette LS1 starter on there with the LS1 flywheel. It's working fine. It's a truck motor. So I think the offset is the same because it just bolted right up. So yeah, that's no issue. What else? Now the motor's dying out every time I crank it. I'll show you a clip real quick. Again. That happens because it's not finished yet. I have a lot of stuff I have to put. I have to put the trans in. I have to put the O2 sensors in. You know, I have to tighten up those oil lines that's dangling over there. I'm gonna explain that to you in a second. I have to do all that. You know, it's not finished yet. I don't want to fuck it up after I got this far. So yeah, but I just wanted to know and make sure that the motor fired up, and it did. And it kept going for a bit, so that's telling me that the motor's healthy, it's good, it's doing its thing. I have to go through the fuel lines, check everything. Like I said, go through everything before I keep going. And that's gonna be a few separate videos. This video took a while just because of that. This past 3 weeks I've been breaking my head. It fired up, it worked. All this work, 5 months, I believe almost 6 months. A lot of people helping, a lot of hands on this project. It finally cranked up. This is a milestone for me. This is something that means a lot to me. It's not just a car, it's not just a project car. It's the experience that comes with it, and the people that you meet, and the fun that you have doing it. You know, I enjoy doing this. Some people say it's a hobby, some people say it's just a phase, but I don't think it's a phase. For me, it's a passion, and I'm passionate about this thing. There was nights that I didn't sleep. There was days that I went on stressing, and the only thing I talked about was to getting this thing running. And yeah, finally running. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a quick update on what was with the Z. I'm gonna post some separate videos about everything that I put on while I had this little break of 3 weeks. So yeah, just keep posted. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put the name on the bottom or on the screen. You always see it at the beginning. And yeah, subscribe, share, like, comment, whatever you guys want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.